How's it going, everybody? Day 2 at ABCA Chicago. Today we're here with Coach Mac from Fitchburg State. Coach, you mind just introduce yourself?
Yeah. I'm Mac Curran. I coach at Fitchburg State University now. And I just started out in this fall, actually. But I'm really excited to get going with the group and see what it's about. Get headed into the spring, hopefully have a normal spring.
You also mentioned that you coach in the NACBL too, right?
Yeah, with Martha's Vineyard Sharks.
Awesome.
I've been doing that for a couple of years.
Awesome, thank you. What's your position at both, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm an assistant coach. I'm going to work with infielders at Fitchburg State, actually, which will be a new role that I'm really excited about.
Okay.
I played infield in college. I'm a left-hander, so I've only played first base, but got a little knowledge with some of my past coaches that's really going to help me, I think, there. But with the Sharks, I'm the pitching coach.
Okay.
And I do the field stuff, which that's something I have to always say because the amount of work that goes into that field work is
absolutely
not even
I worked on grounds myself at Johnson & Wales, and nobody understands how much goes into it.
No one does.
Yeah, well, thank you. So first off, Fitchburg, they always have pretty good teams every year. Obviously, you need really good recruiting to uphold that. And obviously with the COVID situation, there's been a lot of issues that it caused as far as reclassification and stuff like that. So how's the program kind of adjusted to the situation?
It seems like I'm definitely fresh in it right now, but from the guys have a lot of them stayed, and we had a weird situation in terms of it seemed like they had a little more, everyone had a lot more than usual, but it kind of still worked out for us compared to what other stories I've heard. Because it seems like there's people have a lot of kids on their roster, but we seem to be doing all right with that.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. And then as far as going out and getting guys, what kind of age are you really looking for right now? Because you just said you guys got the older guys coming back. Yeah. So a lot of schools have actually been transitioning to recruiting just younger guys, or at least looking at them. Yeah. I understand at the Division III level, you can't really do that as far as the younger guys. So how I know you're new, but how would you think you guys are going to adjust to that?
I think we've been told, we've been starting on the 23s for sure, but in terms of just at the D3 level, we almost do the same thing as pro guys do, in terms we have names, and we're if they don't, in terms of if they don't project and don't get exceed way more than they anticipate by senior year, and they're looking into that, if they fall into that D3 realm.
Yep.
So we kind of almost look early.
Yeah,
and
I got you. Yep.
Guys like that, sometimes that's a kind of a benefit at the D3 level, especially in New England, because I came from a Division I I played, and then I transferred to Division III, and just everything was better about it.
Okay, awesome.
And you learn a lot more, I thought.
All right, fantastic. So obviously, touching on recruiting, you guys obviously have an idea of what you want out of a player. So what would be your ideal type of player for Fitchburg?
I would say definitely someone who is going to have their head down and working, I think, the whole time. Yeah. And we're looking for just someone who can come in and make an impact day one, which I'm sure everyone is. Yeah, absolutely. So we're looking for someone who, not impact just on the field, but in the locker room, in the weight room especially. So
basically, it sounds like you guys really want a well-rounded player who kind of understands that going to school isn't just baseball. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's the classroom, it's the weight room, as you mentioned, and obviously it does come down to the field. So yeah, that's fantastic. And then that kind of again leads me into the next. Players that are just starting out in the development process, basically a kid realizes I want to play college baseball, and he's just starting to get into recruiting and understand the process. What piece of advice would you give kids that are just starting out?
Don't burn any bridges.
Okay.
Answer every phone call. It does not matter who it is and who you think you are, because it's really hard to play college baseball. I think that's one thing that social media has taken away from these kids. They make it seem like everything's too easy. Okay. And it's really not right now, because it's still really
it's even harder right now.
Yeah, it's couldn't be any harder right now with the roster sizes and the competitive people working different ways they can get better. And just you really can't take a day off now, it seems like.
Okay. Yeah, it's really interesting you say don't burn bridges and answer every phone call, because to my knowledge, a lot of people think, like you said, they might be above us. Yeah. Or they might be above a coach or a certain program or even division. Some guys don't even think about JUCO sometimes, but it's always worth taking the phone call, right? You never know where you're going to land up, and you never know where you might get a scholarship, or you might get some help, or you got to go where you want it, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly, and it's what I said earlier about what happened to me. I came back home, and I had talked to Coach Prince at UMass before I ended up going somewhere else, and so that relationship was already there.
Awesome.
So that's something and we see it we see, especially the transfer portal nowadays, these kids are coming home or going back to their they're smaller schools and they're
Definitely.
playing way more, and they're getting that because they did not burn any bridges.
Right. Awesome. Thanks a lot for the insight, Coach Mac. We really appreciate it. Make sure you guys stay tuned for the rest of the ABCAs. We're here from day 2. Love you for Firecracker. Have a great day. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop us a like. If you have any ideas for future content, make sure you give us a comment and telling us what you want to do. Next, if you guys love our content, make sure you follow and subscribe. If you guys are super fans, make sure you turn on all of the notifications for us so you don't miss a thing. Thanks a lot, guys. We love you. Thank you from Firecracker. Bye.